Okay, so a little more on this video. I forgot to talk about the domain of the composition. So let me scroll down to our answer, and I'm only going to do the one I have written with the black marker. So this was our composition, F compose G of X. What would be the domain? Well, we can't have, so what can't we have? I think I'm going to have to scroll back up. All right, G of X, you got to check that first of all. So G of X, you can't have X be 9, so X cannot be 9 because it won't be defined. And then you can't have 1 over X minus 9. You can't have that be equal to -3, right? Because if it were -3, if the output of that function was -3, then it would make the f of g of x have a 0 in the denominator. Okay, so I have to solve this though. Okay, so I'm going to multiply by x minus 9 on both sides. Distribute. I'm using a does not equal to sign. We don't often do that. You can make it an equal sign and then later remember, okay, this is what I can't have. These are the restrictions. So let me subtract 27. Divide by the 3. Okay, so x cannot also equal 26/3. Okay, now we're going to write this though, and I'm going to have to scroll down to the bottom now. Remember that we can't have x be 9, and we can't have x be 26/3. Okay, so try to remember that. Let me move down here to the bottom, and so I can write domain. Okay, now note to self, x cannot be 9. Okay, now is it just because that makes the numerator 0? Well, not necessarily. I mean, I'm going to say that that might not be true in all cases. But and then the other thing was x could not be 26/3. Now we need to write this in interval notation. What is 26/3 about? I need to know if it's less than 9 or more than 9. It's less than 9, right? Okay, because 27/3 would be 9. Okay, so this one's coming first on the number line. If you wanted to draw it on a number line, so here's 0, say, and here's 9, and then right, in front of that is the 26/3. Okay, so we're talking about we can have all of these numbers. We can have the numbers in between, and then we can have all the numbers after 9. We just can't have the 26/3, and we can't have the 9. Okay, so I'm going to write it in interval notation. It's going to be long. So it's going to go from -infinity to 26/3, and put parentheses there, union, and then we can have the numbers between 26/3 and 9, and then union, and then we can have the numbers after 9. Okay, so that's like a whole nother problem, just writing the answer, the domain, in interval notation. Okay, but there it is.